The Interview magazine cover you're talking about, I think, is the one where she was basically semi-naked in front of the American flag. And I thought that was pretty distasteful, actually. It was about the American dream. And I thought, well, if that's the American dream, we're all screwed. I mean, in America.
And I agree with that. And I didn't feel the platform to voice my opinion because...
Guys, have you heard that Kanye West allegedly has a strict set of rules for Bianca to follow? So allegedly he has told her that she can't speak in public, which I feel like does check out because I've not seen any clips of her speaking publicly with Kanye West, and that she has to wear what he decides for her to wear.
Looks like Kanye West just got outplayed in the worst way possible. Bianca Censori just pulled a power move that no one saw coming. She's filed for divorce, and she's aiming for a jaw-dropping $200 million payout. That's not just a breakup, that's checkmate. For the longest time, everyone thought Bianca was just another pawn in Kanye's game. Some even believed she was being controlled and trapped in the relationship. But guess what? She might have been playing him the whole time. Because now she's making her move, walking away with half of his $400 million fortune. And just like that, Bianca is about to cash out big time. Now, you already know Kanye is losing it over this. He's spiraling, ranting about how she tricked him into marriage with no prenup, and now she's taking him for everything he's got. And let's be real, this meltdown is about to be next level. What makes this even wilder? Kanye spent years clowning Kim Kardashian for being a single mom and going through 3 divorces. But now, he's about to be on his 2nd divorce in less than 4 years. And let's not forget, at least Kim didn't come for his money. She had her own. All she asked for was child support, which was basically split down the middle. But this time? Oh, this time is different. Word on the streets is that this divorce is about to be a bloodbath, and Bianca is coming for everything. Kanye thought he was playing the game, but it looks like he just got played. Let's not act like the absence of a prenup was a shock. The real bombshell here is that their marriage even lasted as long as it did. From the very beginning, people questioned their union, convinced it would never pass the test of time. Something just felt off from day one. One minute, Kanye was proclaiming his endless love for Kim Kardashian, and the next, he was suddenly hitched to Bianca with hardly any explanation. At first, many figured she was just a rebound or a move to get back at Kim. But after over 2 years, that idea lost all its weight. Even so, it looks like Bianca has had enough. Rumor has it that she's not just calling it quits, she's making sure her exit is permanent with a solid financial cushion from the start. The marriage always seemed strange, not just because it happened so suddenly, but also because Kanye was already under heavy fire for controversial comments that many saw as anti-Semitic. Those explosive remarks stirred up major drama, causing lost endorsements and shattered business ties. Right in the midst of all that chaos, Kanye threw everyone off by suddenly marrying Bianca, making an already messy situation even more confusing. The timing had everyone raising eyebrows. Was this a genuine relationship or just a calculated move to shift focus from the chaos he was already facing? No matter his reasons, the fallout from his comments still hit hard. Hollywood wasted no time cutting Kanye off. His billionaire status? Gone overnight. The same big brands that once proudly stood by his side dropped him like a bad habit. His empire crumbled, his public image took a nosedive, and suddenly, Kanye West was nowhere to be found. No appearances, no statements, just radio silence. Some thought he was laying low, reflecting on everything that had gone down. Others believed he was quietly plotting a comeback, trying to repair the wreckage of his reputation. But then, out of nowhere, he re-emerged with an absolute bombshell. He had secretly married Bianca Censori. The shock wasn't just about the wedding, it was the fact that no one saw it coming. Not Kanye's closest friends, not Bianca's family, not even the people who usually knew his every move. This wasn't a case of them keeping things low-key. There weren't even whispers that they were romantically involved in the first place. No dates, no sightings, no behind-the-scenes rumors. One day, they were just acquaintances. And the next, they were husband and wife. Even their families and inner circles found out the same way the rest of the world did, when those first photos of Kanye and Bianca started circulating online. The fact that they managed to keep the entire relationship under wraps was shocking enough. But coming from Kanye, a man who has spent years putting every part of his life on full display, that made it even more bizarre. He had always thrived on public attention, airing out his relationships, his feuds, and his personal drama for the world to see. So for him to suddenly embrace secrecy, especially when it came to something as huge as marriage, left people completely baffled. The people closest to Kanye weren't just surprised, they were blindsided. Those who had known him for years were left struggling to make sense of this sudden new chapter, while Bianca's circle was just as clueless. The speed of it all raised even bigger questions. How long had they been seeing each other? What led to such a rushed wedding? And most importantly, why was it kept a secret? Even the Kardashians had no idea Kanye was dating someone new. A source revealed, the family isn't taking this well. They don't know what to make of it. They aren't sure if it's a PR stunt, and they're waiting to see if he even files legal paperwork. They're nervous because if this is real, she'll be in the kids' lives. But if you thought Kanye keeping the Kardashians out of the loop was shocking, this takes it to another level. Not even Bianca's own parents had a clue she had gotten married. That revelation didn't just make the situation seem odd, it pushed it into downright bizarre territory. It's one thing for Kanye to keep his ex-wife's family in the dark, but the fact that Bianca didn't even tell her own parents? That raised some serious red flags about what was really going on behind the scenes. At this point, the secrecy wasn't just unexpected, it was straight up unsettling. Plenty of people prefer to keep their relationships private, but completely cutting out both families? That's not just discretion, that feels intentional. And the fact that neither Kanye nor Bianca thought to share such major news with their loved ones? That had people questioning if this was really a love story, or if there was something much more complicated at play. The secrecy surrounding Kanye and Bianca's marriage set off a storm of speculation. Was Kanye the mastermind behind it all, or was Bianca willingly playing along? Was she making these choices freely, or was someone else pulling the strings? And if there was nothing suspicious about their relationship, why go to such extreme lengths to keep it hidden? The more people tried to make sense of it, the stranger it all seemed. Some sources rushed to Kanye's defense, claiming, Ye has been a megastar for 2 decades, and his first marriage was to someone who practically lived in front of a camera. Bianca and Ye have a totally different vibe. They're private, affectionate, and fully devoted to each other. They just enjoy carving out time for themselves. But let's be real, nobody was buying that excuse. There's a big difference between wanting privacy and completely cutting out your own family from something as major as a wedding. And let's not forget, Bianca was out here parading around in barely there outfits on a regular basis. So what kind of privacy are we even talking about? Around this time, reports started popping up, painting their relationship as picture perfect. Sources suddenly began saying things like, Bianca Censori runs the show, from Kanye's daily schedule to handling all his business affairs. So what's the truth here? Is Bianca calling the shots, or is Kanye keeping her on a tight leash? The whole situation just kept getting weirder by the day. An insider spilled to Us Weekly saying, things couldn't be better for Kanye and Bianca. They're doing amazing. Kanye feels like he's finally met someone who truly understands him and loves him for who he is. Bianca compliments Kanye on so many levels, and he really appreciates and respects her opinions. She keeps him grounded, and he's feeling better than ever. But based on everything we know now, that picture-perfect narrative doesn't quite hold up. Behind the scenes, it looks like Bianca has been dealing with way more than what meets the eye. While the world saw her living a seemingly glamorous life, a very revealing one at that, insiders suggest that Kanye has put her through a lot in their short time together. And one of the most blatant things people noticed? How Kanye completely erased her identity and transformed her into a strange, mannequin-like version of Kim Kardashian. From the moment she stepped into his world, the resemblance between Bianca and Kim was undeniable, fueling speculation that Kanye was using her as a stand-in for his ex. But it wasn't just the similar features that had people talking. It was her wardrobe. Before marrying Kanye, Bianca had her own distinct style. But once she got with him, it became painfully obvious that he was the one dictating what she wore. And let's be real, the outfits he's been putting her in. They've only gotten weirder and more unsettling with time. As time has passed, things have only gotten more troubling than they first appeared. Bianca's friends claim that Kanye has all but cut her off from the people she was once close to. One friend even spoke out in an interview with the Daily Mail, revealing just how much control he seems to have over her life. The insider stated, "Bianca is stuck, and her friends are trying to save her, but no one can because of the blockades Kanye has put up around her. Everyone is extremely concerned. This isn't who she is. She's always been an incredibly outspoken and lively person, never the type to stay quiet." And if that wasn't shocking enough, it turns out she isn't even allowed to speak in public without Kanye's approval. That revelation sent people into a frenzy, especially after a viral video surfaced where she seemed visibly hesitant to respond when approached. Bianca has always come across as a genuinely kind-hearted person, which makes this entire situation even more unsettling. And just when it seemed bad enough, even darker details started coming to light. Multiple sources have stepped forward with disturbing claims about Kanye's treatment of Bianca. And let's just say, it doesn't paint him in the best light. Apparently, his control over her goes way beyond just dictating her wardrobe. Insiders say he has completely reshaped her identity, conditioning her to become the exact version of a woman he wants rather than allowing her to simply be herself. From what insiders describe, Bianca is no longer her own person. She's been completely molded to fit Kanye's version of the ideal woman. And honestly, that's a chilling reality. A source revealed, Kanye has a strict set of rules for Bianca. She's not allowed to speak in public, and she must wear whatever he tells her to wear. She's also required to... The insider didn't even need to finish the sentence, because at this point, it's clear Kanye has a tight grip on nearly every aspect of her life. From what she eats to where she goes, he's calling all the shots, making this situation look more and more like a deeply toxic, controlling dynamic. Those closest to Bianca have become increasingly alarmed, and they've been actively trying to help her break free. They've watched her once lively, independent personality fade away, and they're convinced her relationship with Kanye has deteriorated into something dangerously unhealthy. Their biggest concern? Her overall well-being. At first, Bianca wasn't open to their help. Not because she didn't appreciate their concern, but because Kanye's influence over her was so overwhelming. Insiders claim she had been manipulated to such an extreme degree that she genuinely couldn't see how unhealthy the situation had become. This wasn't just about her ignoring red flags. She had been conditioned to believe that nothing was wrong at all. Her friends saw it differently. The confident, independent woman they once knew was gone, and that's what pushed them to step in. They weren't just worried about her happiness, they were genuinely afraid that if she stayed in this situation any longer, she might completely lose herself. An insider said a few friends finally managed to reach her, but her response was heartbreaking. She wasn't interested in talking, and worse, she didn't seem to care about anyone's concerns for her. Everything changed after the chaos that unfolded at the Grammys this year. That moment? That was Bianca's breaking point. That night, Kanye forced her to walk the red carpet practically naked. And to make things worse, she wasn't even allowed to stay for the event. It became painfully obvious that the only reason he brought her there was to parade her around, putting her body on display like some kind of trophy. The whole thing was disturbing for a lot of reasons, but what made it even worse was the fact that Kanye, as always, was fully dressed and completely covered. And if that wasn't bad enough, he later went on one of his infamous Twitter rants, bragging about how he had full control over Bianca. He didn't just claim ownership over her, he made it clear that he could do whatever he pleased and no one could stop him. But it wasn't just what he said, it was how he said it that truly horrified fans. He wrote, "I have dominion over my wife. That ain't no woke feminist crap. She's with a billionaire. Why would she listen to any of you dumb, broke bees?" At that point, point, it became crystal clear. This wasn't just an unhealthy relationship, it was something far darker. Some tried to claim that Bianca chose that red carpet look herself, but after everything that had come out, nobody was buying it. Kanye kept going, firing off even more shocking tweets. Yes. I don't make her do anything she doesn't want to, but she definitely wouldn't have been able to do it without my approval. You stupid woke pawns. I have no respect or empathy for anyone living, because no one living can F with me. But I do love some people and give them favor. And if that wasn't wild enough, he doubled down, saying, anyone who called my wife's Grammy look a stunt is dumb and lame. Yes, you. She's been dressing naked for 2 years. Now, all of a sudden, it's a stunt? Every single bee on the planet wishes they had her bravery, body, platform, access to money, and a husband that supports their personal expression. But while Kanye was out here justifying his actions, Bianca's father had seen enough. He was done watching his daughter get treated like some kind of object instead of a person. And honestly, who could blame him? Any father would be horrified to see their daughter paraded around, controlled, and humiliated on a public stage. According to an insider, Bianca's father, Leo Censori, wants a face-to-face with Kanye to ask him what the hell he's thinking. He refuses to sit back and watch his daughter be treated like a trashy, naked trophy. He wants to look Kanye in the eye and ask him, what would you do if North or Chicago were dressed like this, encouraged by their husbands? Because let's be real, there's no way Kanye would ever allow that for his own daughters. So why is he pushing it on his wife? And according to the insider, if things weren't bad enough already, it's about to get even worse. And the worst part? The same man who shut Bianca out from her own family is the one she was supposed to trust the most. Her father, Leo Censori, just wants to sit Kanye down and make him understand that he's hurting their family, turning his beloved daughter into some marketable commodity instead of treating her like a person. No man should ever encourage the woman he loves to walk around in public like this. Because let's be real, this isn't love. This is control. But if Bianca was waiting for the perfect moment to make her move, she might have just played this whole thing to perfection. Turns out, she and Kanye never signed a prenup. And that little detail, it changes everything. See, under California law, if a couple divorces without a prenup, their assets are split right down the middle. And with Kanye's fortune on the line, that means Bianca could walk away with half of everything he owns. If she really decides to pull the plug on this marriage, Kanye might be in for one of the most expensive lessons of his life. So, those early reports saying Bianca was running the show? Looks like they were spot on, but not in the way we thought. She wasn't just playing the role. She was playing the media, making Kanye look like the bad guy. Meanwhile, she was the one pulling the strings all along. But hey, I want to know what you think about all this. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you in the next one.